Hi everybody, it's Sayward from findyourdivinity.com. I am back today on November 1st. So today is day one of Dia de los Muertos. We are celebrating the thinning of the veil. During this time, however, instead of talking about that, I think there are a lot of videos going on about that. What I wanted to share was something a little bit more personal to me, and it's really about how do you kill someone off? I know, that sounds crazy, but let me be a little bit more specific. Specifically, how do you kill a scammer off? I have had a lot of questions this last week. A lot of people have been watching my videos and have been getting a hold of me, which is great, but that means that there are a lot more stories. And that means that I'm finding out that a lot more people are dealing with this issue. So instead of talking about Dia de los Muertos, I am just gonna stop here and encourage you to read about that if you aren't already familiar. Get some education into your mind about it, but not right now, because right now we need to talk about scammers. If you are a person who has watched my stuff at all, you know that I'm out there to get those fake spellcasters. I really have a problem with the tactics and the whole idea of the fake spellcasting. Well, it's pretty easy to say why, and it's because it's so aggressive. People are freaking mean, all right? The whole way that I started on this fake spellcaster gig is that I asked someone online if they were doing, if they were working with a particular goddess, Oshun, and this turned into this person threatening me for months. I gave them $0. Zero. Gave them no money, and I'm still getting harassed, okay? This is above and beyond anything that makes any rational sense, and I don't like it. So I decided that I was going to do something about it. I found out that it was an issue. I found out that a lot of people are dealing with it, and so I've kind of just explored it. Well, again, now that people are starting to watch my videos, and now that I'm getting more people coming in and talking to me about their personal experiences, I'm realizing that the bigger question, I think, for people who come to talk to me and who are watching my content, hi everybody, is how do I get away from these fuckers? How do I get away from these crazy fucking people? Oh my god. What do I do? How do I get out? What do I do? So let's talk about that. If you are a person who is currently dealing with the spellcaster who you think is fake, or who you know is fake and is being abusive to you, and you're worried about how to get out of that situation, this video is for you. Okay? So what are the common things that I hear? Well, I hear, Sayward, I got in with the spellcaster and ... about my spell, ... and then they started being shady. Then they started getting a hold of me for more and more money. Then they couldn't do this because they needed more money. Then whatever story is, fill in the blank, I need more money. Give me more money, more money, more money, more money. Inevitably, my client comes to me and says, I have no more money. And their spellcaster tells them, well, you better give me more money. You better figure out how to get more money, because if you don't, I'm going to reverse your work. I'm going to curse you. I'm going to tell the person that you're doing work on that you're doing work on them. And they start to blackmail you. Okay? If you wanted the people that you're doing work on to know that you are working on them, you would go tell them. You would just go yell at them or go hit them or go do whatever you're going to do, right? The purpose of you doing witchcraft is that you're trying to look for kind of a hands-off, if you will, reaction and interaction to the situation. You are not looking to get that person that you're doing work on to know that you're doing witchcraft on them. That's freaking crazy. So when people hear that, they're freaked the fuck out. They're like, oh my god, what if Susie Q finds out that I've been doing lust work on her and that's why she really loves my pee-pee? Rarely is it ever that simple, right? It's I've been cursing this person because they're a bitch, and oh, by the way, I'm going to tell your boss that we've been cursing. Oh my god. oh my God, what would happen? They freak out. Rightfully so. But you should know that it's designed to do that. Okay? So, this is the most common thing that I hear is, I gave them a little bit of money, they said that they did something, or they didn't say that they did something. All of a sudden they needed more money. I didn't have more money to give them, and now they're threatening me. I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't want to work with this scammer anymore. But I'm afraid that I'm going to get told on. I'm afraid. They said there. Okay, I'm afraid. What do I do? So, I think that the answer to this, and if you were just listening, the core root of that is in fear. So let me resolve some common fears, and let me give a little bit of light and truth into this situation so that I can help you understand why you don't need to be afraid of these people and how you can most easily cut off these relationships. Okay? Number one, you have to decide that this person is a scammer. Okay, do it or don't. Take a look at it, but you have to make a decision, because every other step, every other obstacle from here to the point to where you want to be is going to be so based in you knowing in your head that this person is a scammer, okay? If you have questions, if you're not sure, always you can fill out a report at findyourdivinity.com. I go through those as I can. All right, it takes a while. Sometimes people work out, some people don't answer me. It takes a while. So feel free to put it in that way, but also check out the website, because it tells you, I've got a list there, like a checkoff list that you can look for and be like, okay, well, here's all the red flags of scammer behavior. Yeah, it kind of looks like I have a scammer and I feel like it's a scammer. Whatever you gotta do, okay? If you're not already there, get there. But if you're already there and you're like, girl, I'm good with God, I know this motherfucker is a fake, how do I get away from him? Here we go. So, the easiest way to do this is to just block them, okay? You just block this person, you don't talk to them anymore. Understand that no matter how you have given them ways to interact with you, they are going to try to use those channels to begin threatening you and checking up on you. It doesn't matter if you're working with the scammer. It doesn't matter if you tell them, I don't have any more money. It doesn't matter if you tell them that you lost your job. It doesn't matter if... I had a friend who told me that she lost her job, and the scammer said, well, you're talking to me with a phone, aren't you? Why don't you go sell your phone and then send me the money? And she did it. Okay? So, if that has happened to you, I'm not saying it because you're dumb. I'm saying it because you were afraid. Alright? She was working through fear. And we make dumb decisions when we're afraid. Okay? So, why don't you have to be afraid? Like, you already gave this person all of this personal information. What the fuck? Oh my God, what am I gonna do? Right? Have you watched The Social Dilemma? I know. What are you talking about? There's this documentary on Netflix that I saw, a couple days ago, called The Social Dilemma. And it was interesting because for me it kind of fell in synchronicity, because I've been learning about scammers, and I've been learning about Facebook, and I've been learning about how Facebook helps scammers through their internet program called Free Basics. If you got a chance to watch my live feed, about a week ago, I did a little bit of an explanation about Free Basics and what that is. So if you want to check that out in depth, that discussion, please go ahead and check that out after this. But just for anybody who didn't maybe catch that, Free Basics is the internet that Facebook provides to Africa. Okay? They provide it to multiple different countries. I realize that Africa is a continent, okay? But they provide it to multiple different countries and all of Africa. So why is this important? Well, if you've noticed, there are a lot of scammers that come out and they're always talking about WhatsApp, all right? This scammer, you'll see the comments on YouTube. I have to delete them all the time because these guys think that it's funny. Oh, I can't read English so very well, so I'm going to sit here and talk to you about Dr. Rotunde did blah, 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 okay? The super long comment, you'll see it, and then at the bottom, it's a WhatsApp number. It's always a WhatsApp number. Why? Why are these people always on WhatsApp? Why? It's because WhatsApp is the only messaging service that is allowed, except for Facebook Messenger, on this free basics internet. So Facebook provides free internet to Africa and these surrounding countries, okay? They then, what's the word? Govern, okay? They put a governor on the internet, basically, and they decide which sites that these people using this free basics internet can go to. In Africa, I don't know if you know this or not, but in Africa, Facebook is internet. I'll say that again. Facebook is internet. So they use Facebook as a major search channel to find out all sorts of information, to connect with people internationally, to do all, the same things that you and I may use Google or DuckDuckGo or Ecosia, whatever you pick, okay? The same way that you would use the general search engine, these people use Facebook. So, if you are in a situation where your scammer is talking to you through email or WhatsApp, and they are not able to talk to you through another way, or if they are demanding at the beginning, it had to be WhatsApp, maybe even suggest, if you're not sure, suggest to the scammer, hey, I'm deleting WhatsApp, I'm going to move over to pick another chat server, whatever you want to choose, okay? I'm moving over to this service, can I contact you there? I'm moving over to Twitter. Can I contact you there? Okay? It's just that easy. That person will likely become very upset. They'll tell you, no, we can't do any interaction except for right here. This is where we need to do interaction. Okay? And that's because they are reacting out of fear. What fear? The fear that they're no longer going to be able to scam your money. Okay? Now, if you talk to me, I'm not a person who works on Twitter, okay? I don't have a Twitter. I have a lot of other sites, but I don't have a Twitter. And if you were to ask me, hey, I'm going to move over to Twitter, I mean, well, I don't really have Twitter. I'll talk to you through email, or we could video chat, or, I'm going to try to meet you at a place where we can come together, or I'm gonna quietly let you go. I'm not gonna be mean about it. I'm certainly not gonna threaten you about it, okay? So if you suggest this, moving away from WhatsApp or moving away from Facebook to a different platform where you guys could talk, this is a huge sign that this person is likely a scammer, okay? Number one, because being afraid to move away from WhatsApp suggests that this person doesn't have access to things other than WhatsApp. And number two, threatening you should be the number one flag that this is a scam. Okay? As a worker, I cannot stress this enough. My job is to help you. My job, my calling is to work in service of you. Okay? You talk to me because you have a problem. You need a friend. You need someone with some answers, some guidance, some help, something that we can try, something that we can do. It does not behoove me at all to make you afraid of me, to threaten you. Why would you want to work with someone who's threatening you? Are you kidding? Are you what? You wouldn't, right? And that's what happens. These people get in with these scammers because they wanted some help. They thought that they found something legit. They thought that they found a friend, right? They put a little bit of money into it, and all of a sudden they realized that they got roped in. And then they got threatened. They got threatened with the worst thing of all. Oh, you want to do love magic? Well, I'm going to go tell your lover that we're trying to do magic on. Terrible, 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 terrible. So, if your person is threatening you in any way, they're a fake, and leave. Leave, 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 leave. Please leave. Again, how do we do that? Easiest way? Block them. Know that they're going to keep trying to get a hold of you. Again, had lots of people keep threatening me. You know what I do about it? I don't read the emails. Why? Because I don't want that person's words in my head. I don't want that. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to think about it. It's really easy to make someone think that they're cursed and to allow them to create and use and turn it into this reasoning for every single bad thing that happens in their lives, okay? It's a very common trick, right? They'll tell you, well, if this bad thing happens to you, it was because I did it. And then something bad happens to you. And then in your head, you're like, oh crap, it's because I'm cursed. Oh, that's what they want. They want you to think that they cursed you. They want you to turn whatever bad event it is that happens around you into, oh, they cursed me. They do have power. Well, if I give them money, then they'll fix it and nothing else bad will happen to me. This puts them in the direct victim abuser power cycle that they are looking for, okay? If they can hook you and not have to talk to you and just keep threatening you, then that is more time that they can use threatening other people, looking for new victims, and creating more scams, okay? The less work that they have to put into getting payment from you, the more valuable of a client you become, right? Less time, more money, higher value. So, what do you do if one of these motherfuckers just doesn't want to go away, right? What do you do if you fucked up and you gave them your phone number? Well, block them. Block them. Be done with it. Block them, block them, block them, okay? If they're calling you from this, they're calling you from that, unfortunately, maybe it's time for you to change your phone number. That may be difficult for you. Your options are either to block them or to change your number so that they don't know how to get a hold of you. Now, I told you that I was going to break it down for you why you don't need to be worried about these people, all right? And so if you've been watching this and you're kind of getting it in your head, I really want you to focus in and I want you to look at me and I want you to listen up. If a man broke into your house, would you stand in front of him and go, no, don't curse me. Please don't cast a spell on me. I'll do whatever you want. Is that you? Is that what you would do if a burglar busted into your house? Knock, knock, motherfucker, I'm coming in. Is that what you would do? No! No, honey. If you're like me, you're probably going to be like, go down. We're going to fight about it. If you're not like me and you're worried, okay, you're probably, I'm scooting over here. I'm not trying to mess with this person, right? I'm not trying to beef. Like, I'm hiding. I'm getting out of here. All right? You can block, you can run, you can fight. But you can't just stand there and do nothing. All right? This person that you're dealing with, this person that you're currently feeling trapped by, this person that you're afraid of them casting a spell on you, they're nothing but a thief. They are a burglar who has no more magical ability than that. A common thief or a burglar. This person has scammed you. And they did so in a manner that was so deeply psychological that you have turned it into this belief that they have power over you. The way that you fix a curse, the way that you remove this hex, the way that you remove this cross condition that you're feeling, the way that you prevent yourself from harm is by cutting off their ability to continue to manipulate you. Let me make this perfectly clear. These people have no more power. No power at all to curse your situation. There's no magic in thievery. Threatening you out of money. If they had power, would they have to threaten you? I don't threaten my clients. Yeah, I can give you lists, pages of clients, and you could contact them, and they'll tell you certainly, no, Sayward will tell me the truth, but she's never threatened me. She's never made me feel... Because again, why would I want to do that? If I want my client to come back to me, if I want to keep living this lifestyle, if I want to keep manifesting money in this way through me being a spiritual guide, what sense would it make for me to threaten my people? How are you going to come to me with the things that you were most afraid of in your life? How are you going to come to me and talk to me honestly and have the deep, heartfelt conversations that you need to be able to have in the safety, in the privacy, in the trust of a healer-client relationship? How are you going to be able to come to me with that when you're afraid that I'm going to tell on you? Come on. If you're afraid of your healer, it's time to find a new relationship. It does not have to be with me by any means, but it does have to be with somebody that you can trust. And somebody who is never going to try to hurt you. If you are with a healer or a person who says that they're a healer right now, and you are afraid for yourself, you are afraid for those around you, that is not a healer. And that is not a person who has any power to affect your situation other than the power that you continue to give them. Do you want to knock them off at the knees? Well, block them. Cut them off. No communication. You treat these scammers just like you treat narcissists, relationship scammers, okay? All the same. Do not give them the ability to affect your sphere. Now, you say, well, they said that they're going to tell. Here's the deal. What information have you given them? Their name? A person's name? I can tell you that after having met well over 1,000 clients at this point, having heard probably over 300 scam stories, 0 of my clients who have left their scammer situations have been outed. 0. None. It doesn't happen. Now, if you are a person who says, oh my goodness, well, this did happen to me, please, by all means, comment below. I would like to see that. I would like to talk to you. I would like to know what happened in that situation. Because what happens in most situations for these scammers is that they are going through so many people so often. They are so focused on trying to find new people to scam that you not paying them, that you blocking them, that you just stepping away is not unusual. It's not unheard of, and it's much easier for them to keep their accounts if they don't do that. Why? Because generally what happens when you tell someone something that they don't want to hear, not only are they upset at the thing that they don't want to hear about, but they're a little bit pissed off at you. And these people often don't even have the faculty to be able to ask you about your own situation, let alone go try to tell whoever your target is and figure out what it's just too much. It's just too complicated. But threatening you about it, well, we can do that all day long. Not a problem, right? Any sort of threats that we can give you. You see, they also don't want to out you for another very good reason. And it's because they understand that they do have a relationship. They're creating a relationship of fear, but what they're looking for is repeated interaction. Yes, you can be afraid of me, but you're going to keep sending me money. Yes, you can be afraid of me, but you're going to keep sending me money. If they out you, if they tell this person about you, certainly you will never, ever, ever give them any more money. And if that happens to you, you could probably be very, very, very upset about it, and you would be telling people all over what happened. For a lot of these scammers, they continue to frequent the same groups, the same places, the same areas, right? Because again, this free basics really limits the internet for them. So, the final thought that I have, and again, I really want you guys to focus in here, is that you have the power. You have the power to create the curse that they say that they put on you. You have the power to end any interaction with them, to end them entirely, okay? If a person is threatening you, block them. Change your number, block their number, and let it go. They don't have power. If they had power, or if they genuinely had any sort of control over the situation, they wouldn't have to be threatening you. They wouldn't be threatening your relationship, and they wouldn't be demanding money out of you. The best thing that you can do to deal with the scammer is to block them and to be done with it. Don't give them the power to manipulate you any longer. If you have any questions, if you're afraid, if you're not sure, if you're just looking for someone to bounce some ideas off of, please get a hold of me. You can find my email on the website. It's sayword@gmail.com. Find me on the website at findyourdivinity.com. And of course, I'm over here on YouTube. So if you've watched to this point, thank you so much. If you could, like and subscribe. Click on this video over here. We'll be talking some more about some scammers. And please, please, don't pay this fake fucker another dime. Talk to me instead. See you guys.